Welcome to Watchuwant and thanks for logging on. Actually, since my crew and I are out for the US Labor Day weekend, I'm Tim's recorded doppelganger, but I'll do my best to fill the gap. Guys, Watchuwant Watch Reviews is the place where you can see a truckload of new videos that I'm activating just for the Labor Day weekend. And if you're not from the US and you have no idea what Labor Day is, it's a US holiday like Festivus. It's something you don't have elsewhere. So check out Watchuwant Watch Reviews for over a dozen of my best 5 to 7 minute quick hits this weekend. And the best way to see them is to download our Govberg Watchbox app. News, views, reviews, and information you can use. You can even load up your whole collection of watches, whether one or many, and get real-time tracking of the value of one or all via our AI, which pulls in pricing data from the entire internet and our proprietary Govberg Watchuwant database. That's Govberg Watchbox on govbergwatches.com, header bar app, iOS and Android. Now guys, let's start with a wristwatch check, since this is the flimsy pretext for me introducing today's theme. Since this is Labor Day, we're talking about hard-working watches, and I've got 3 big ones for you, but none as big as my largest watch and my first JLC. This is my Master Compressor Extreme World Alarm Tides of Time. I bought this back in 2010 when I maxed my Navy PRT run. So a hard-working watch from a hard-working period in my life. Things are definitely easier now in the watch world, I have to admit. Alarm, world time, 2000G impact-resistant shock-absorbing case, on-off function for the alarm, limited edition titanium, steel, and a quick release for the straps. That's a mouthful. But let's talk about perhaps a simpler and more heralded watch. The first of our 3 hard-working watches for Labor Day weekend, guys, the Rolex Oyster Perpetual Submariner. In this case, we are talking about the core model known as the 114060, the no date, or to purists, simply the Submariner. This is the closest living link to the original Rolex Submariner from 1953. And we know there are 3 references in the running, so I'm going to pick my favorite contentious first Submariner. I'm going to say it's the 6200 Big Crown. That was the first sub. And this sub is the closest link to that sub. Moreover, since the 2017 US Open has been in the news, I should mention that the no-date sub today, the Sub C no-date, is the closest current offering to the Rolex 5510 worn by James Bond himself. Present and still imposing as of 2017 at this year's US Open, Sean, we wish you the best, but I've got to say, he really deserves a better acting valedictory than the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Guys, yeah, that's pretty brutal. Guys, Bond 25, due 2019, get rid of this young emo guy who's been playing Q. Sean Connery in his last acting role. If he wants to retire, go out in style, Sean. Make this happen. Sean Connery as Q in Bond 25. Hollywood, I'm begging you. Okay, back to the Rolex Submariner. Now here's the thing. It's built like a tank, it's reliable as an airplane, cash money on demand in any city on Earth, and you and I both know it's true. Plus, 904L steel case, Rolex's own blend, harder and tougher than 316, 300 meters water resistant, ceramic bezel insert, full balance bridge, free sprung balance, can take a pounding. This is a hard-working watch. Who says a hard worker can't be a blue blood? Rolex may be royalty, but this is one of the toughest machines out there for your wrist. And I'll also say, although I'm normally not a new watch guy, $7,500 for this watch new with a 5-year Rolex warranty, that's enough to make a believer out of even me. So that's our first hard-working watch for US Labor Day. Okay, the next one is a little bit of a hobby horse of mine. Longtime followers of the show, indeed followers of the channel since my first video crackled to life 3 years ago, know that I love the Breitling Aerospace Evo being the latest version. This is the most underappreciated watch on the market since that very first 1985 reference that you're seeing on the screen now. There are 3 reasons people discount the Aerospace. Okay, First, they discount the Breitling brand. That's because, well, it's nonsense, guys. I understand that there's the Bentley persona that's crept beyond the Breitling Bentley line. I understand that their 11 model lines are incomprehensible. And yeah, they have too many different offerings. But there's a core to the catalog, a few brilliant references that have real respect for history, supreme utility, outstanding value, and great design, guys. That's absolutely true of the aerospace. And think about it. No one brand has more than a few awesome references at any given time. They're just harder to find in the forest of Breitling offerings, but the aerospace is truly the diamond in the rough within that labyrinth. Now here's the other thing. Quartz. About 5 minutes after a new watch enthusiast realizes that Rolex isn't the greatest watch in the world, bar none, somebody on a forum tells him that quartz is crap. Period. Full stop. Okay, that person is a sophomoric blight on the entire watch collector community, and unfortunately, a version of that person exists on every forum in every language everywhere on the internet. You're looking at the proof that quartz can be luxury, guys. F.P. Journe believes it, and I'm not one to contradict a master, and he qualifies. And Breitling Super Quartz, as featured in the aerospace, is to luxury quartz sports watches what a Rolex 3135 automatic is in a Submariner to mechanical luxury sports watches. So remember, quartz can be luxury, and in the aerospace, with a chronometer cert, it is. Finally, and this is the one no one wants to admit, and there was a time for me too when this could be said of Tim Mosso, but most people don't know how to use it. I went to school on these watches, and it took me a while to get beneath their hoods, and I admit there was quite a bit of head scratching on my part when I first started out with an aerospace. But here's the other thing. In the era of YouTube, there's now this guy on YouTube who can teach you how to use the aerospace so that, step by step, you too can become a master. And yes, that is George W. Bush painting portraiture. Finally, it's important to remember what a value this watch is. $4,375 US on a titanium bracelet, guys. This is an awesome watch to buy new, even better pre-owned, where you can have the watch for a third of that price. And like I said, over 30 years of back catalog options, you have choices. And it's beautiful, even gorgeous, with a blue dial and a blue strap. That's the one I'd pick. All right. So moving back to the world of mechanical horology, we did one automatic luxury sports watch, we did one quartz luxury sports watch. Let's do a manual winding luxury sports watch, the Panerai Luminor Base PAM 112. Guys, 44mm stainless steel, 300 meters water resistant, with a strap retained by screws the way God and Dino Zay intended. This is an essential sporting reference and one hard-working watch. Two hands, a huge manual pocket watch movement, manually wound. And let's face it, it's descended from a thing worn by commandos. So the ultimate candidate for a watch to be worn as a knuckle duster during a Labor Day fight for beach parking spots, I think I can think of someone who would appreciate that. Just saying, I think I know a guy. Ain't it true? You know it is. Guys, available for $5,000 to $5,500 pre-owned. This is a watch that's got legs. As appealing now as when we first saw basically its twin in 1993. The PAM 112 is one hard-working watch, and it is the third and final of our hard-working watches for Labor Day weekend. Remember, guys, Watchuwant watch reviews, my other YouTube channel with the traditional talking hands format, new videos going live all weekend this weekend. The best way to see it is on the Watchbox app. Go to govbergwatches.com, header bar app, click in, get it for Android or iOS. This is the best way to get news, views, reviews, information you can use, and of course real-time price tracking of watches you own, your whole collection, and even watches you're thinking of buying but don't own. Thanks again. I'm Tim. This is Watchuwant. It's Labor Day, and thanks for logging on.